Welcome back to Force Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about SoFi, SoFi. Now this video here is going to dive a little bit towards due diligence and technical analysis from a video from last month. Now, if you have never heard about SoFi, SoFi's mission is to help people reach financial independence to realize their ambitions. Financial independence doesn't mean being rich. It means getting to a point where your money works for life where you want to live. Everything we do is geared towards helping our members get their money right. We're constantly innovating and building ways to give our members what they need to make that happen. They were founded in 2011 and develop a comprehensive suite of products that offer speed, selection, and content and convenience that only integrate digital platform can provide. Now, some of their actual products is highlighted right onto here in front of you. It's a bit of a diverse one. It involves loans, private student loans, home loans, personal loans, or auto loan refinance. They also have investings, money, crypto, insurance, credit cards, estate planning, insight, business solutions, and there's also some additional products. You're able to go ahead on their website and basically dive into them, but from a business standpoint of view, they are really trying to dive into that fintech kind of technology. Now, they do have some news. For instance, they're announcing of completion of redemption of certain outstanding warrants, and that those were done at the fair market value in connection with redemption of its outstanding warrants. So the exact news for this is, I believe, right on this one here. So redemption market value, and those currently had a market value redemption of $22.38. And they were entitled to receive, or as a result, holders who executed their or exercised their warrants on a cashless basis will be entitled to receive 0.361 shares of the common stock per warrant. Now, additionally as well, they did announce previously a secondary offering of common stock by selling stakeholders or stockholders. So that was back on the 15th of November. So that raised some more, basically selling into the company itself for the shares. But these ones here, it says they will act as this person here, or company, my bad, Barclays, will act as an underwriter for the offering. And they sold in one or more transaction as basically over the counter through negotiated transactions or otherwise a market price prevailing at one time of sale. And that was just basically not really increasing the supply in a sense. It's a secondary offering, but there was some basically shares being sold at a discount. Now, this here SEC filing is in relations towards the stock shares that were raised for the warrants. So that's not related towards the offering, but nonetheless, that raised some money for the company itself. On another side, in terms of the institutional buyers, you get to see one of their prominent stakeholders before, right here, SCH sponsor VLLC, changed their shares by 84%. Red Crow Capital on the 24th of November changed in terms of ownership of around 19.70%, and SoftBank Group on the 22nd of November, 20% of the company. Now, institutional buyers in general, there is more of both sides, some of them having short selling positions. Others are just adding in towards indexes, but majority of it looks like buying. Now, this stock really took a beating down to $14.10 from where it was back in November at $25, and it's really close to its 52-week low. Now, at this current time, the price over book is $285, which is somewhat on par with the SP 500. Price over sales is around 3 months this time into the price over sales of the SP 500. Now, profitability is around half for operating margin and net profit as a net loss, like losses instead. And EBITDA margin is around 1/4 negative. Now, in terms of this company itself, their financials, because that is still important for us, they did have their previous third quarter of 2021 results that they did share. And I did make a video on this one and also their anticipation for the quarter 4. There was some actual good news about this one, about records and basically how they're most likely going to beat those earnings. I did make an amazing video on it last time, or at least amazing in my own view. But go ahead and watch it if you want to learn a bit more about their financials. Now, before moving on, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe and notifications button and drop a like to this video. Let's move on now towards technical analysis. From a technical analysis perspective, SoFi has a bit of an interesting thing that happened. I mean, it dropped from around $17 or $16 to $14.11, which is a bit. It's around, I'd say, 10% from its current level. In this stock here, you're able to see William percent R, which is very similar to the relative strength index, showing a highly oversold level. Now, a highly oversold level is nothing good when it comes out of it, but in terms of the longer term, it suggests that because it's highly oversold, the momentum is or might be balanced in the near future, where it would bring in more buyers in the price point. If it was to adjust to normality, would most likely bounce backwards. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword, where currently there's a lot more selling action than buying action. The MACD is a little bit tempting towards the negative, indicating that if things continue on with this sliding behavior, you might get even a more beat off on the stock that might drop below $10 or $12. Momentum is currently at the negative 0.55. It crossed the negative today, and it is not really a good sign to start things off, and it can suggest that we might be going downwards a little. Now, stochastic fast and stochastic slow, as you get to see in the indicators, they're all kind of pinpointing downwards, suggesting not good news coming up in the next few days or so, and suggesting that we might be testing new lows. In terms of the moving average bands, this one is expected to trade between around 1646 and 1377. So this stock is very close to the bottom, but theoretically it would only propagate between these two levels. However, it's currently testing that negative part, and if it does drop below 1350, it is going to slide downwards, as you get to see, into a new set of levels to the bottom. Now, Fibonacci retracements shows that critical support level is actually at 1356. The resistances are 1625, 1791, 1926, 2060, 2251, and 2495. On a price line action basis, you're able to see a significant support that is currently at 1410. And then below there, around 1397, and around 1371 and 1356. Resistances. There are a few, 1419, going to 1465, to around 1540, and then above to 1610, and then 1664, around 1747, higher to 1811, and then 1907, around 2012, 2108, around 2274, 2223, and then upwards to 2373 and 2429. Comes to the question, Ed, what do you think is going to happen here, or most likely going to be happening? Now, this stock is definitely going to be testing at least a 1356 to 60. And if it does break that, it's not going to be good news. The company did recently raise more offerings into, as you get to see, the underwriting offerings for warrants and etc. But this stock is definitely at danger levels. The stock market did take a hit today, and if it does go on, it's currently on the fourth red candle, and if it does move on to the 1356 and it breaks it, that would be a new low for this one, at least on this chart, and that would perhaps get it to go faster to the $10, and that's not a good thing. Now, what do you think is going to happen here? Make sure to put down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.